What's going on, Eagles family? Hope everyone's having an enjoyable Monday. I myself, still reeling from that game because we have some questions now, ladies and gentlemen. The thing that's been, hanging over everyone's head all season is, would Carson Wentz get benched? Would Jalen Hurts be the quarterback of the future, even though we just paid Carson Wentz all this money? So many questions, so many questions. Well, got a couple maybe answers here as to, was this team willing to give this kid a shot to play, actually? And sure enough, he got to play and he gave us a spark. And that's what we've been talking about for weeks. What's going to give us this spark? Who is going to give us this spark? What is needed to do something? Now, you'll hear people, oh, well, they're playing prevent defense. Sure. Yeah, they had a big lead. So, yeah, maybe it was a little bit easier. Team didn't have a chance to game plan. But to be real with you, the Packers were probably prepared, just in case something were to happen. So no excuses. The kid did well. I think it was like 5 for 11 or 12 passes, maybe 105 to 9 yards or something like that. Hey, not bad. Touchdown, an interception. Love that bomb to Greg Ward. Love the bomb to Rager. Hey, got me excited. As an Eagles fan, all I want to see is this team succeed. So whatever that means and whatever that comes in the form of, this obviously isn't good for Carson Wentz, but Carson Wentz has not been, utilized correctly in this offense, and he's made his own mistakes as well. So this team needed something to change, and we've talked about that. And Doug Peterson talks about giving up play calling, sure, but we need to bring in an offensive coordinator. We need someone to come help Howie, and I don't care what anybody says in the media or anything that Howie's loved and he's great. I really don't care, because the guy who is apparently good with money put us in this situation with all these old ass players that we are now stuck with their contracts. Now we're going to have so much dead cap money after we release them. And we find ourselves in cap hell next year, regardless of if the salary cap goes up or down. It doesn't matter. We're still in hell. No, he can figure it out. Well, he's the one that put us in this bind. And you see the lack of production from this team in the last few years. Win a Super Bowl and everyone just sits back with their thumb in their ass, giving money to guys that won Super Bowl 3 years ago. Are you kidding me, dude? What have you done for me now? That's what kind of league this is, and that's what kind of team this should be. But apparently we're just letting people skate by. So, hey, seeing it last night, I talked about it at halftime. Let's see some Jalen Hurts. You know that I'm a huge Carson Wentz fan. I'm not sitting here saying this kid's career is over, but something needed to happen. And he's out there getting eaten alive. He's lucky he isn't out for the season. What a tough dude Carson Wentz is. But Jalen Hurts came in, and he showed what kind of spark he could bring, what kind of player he is. And hey, it got me excited. Someone got the ball to Rager. Someone got the ball down the field a few times. I love that. I want to see the Eagles win. That's all I want to see as a fan. And hey, we've got ourselves a controversy here, guys. This is how it is. So old Dougie today, answering some questions about, is he leaving? What's going on? Look, he says everything's fine and dandy with he and Jeffrey and Howie. We all know that, take that with a grain of salt. But, of course, he's got to come out here, act like everything's perfectly fine, like he did last year before they cut Mike Crow, I really don't think you can hold on to all their words. Yeah, we try to sit here and dissect what they say. So today, we heard from Doug Peterson, and he was asked, who's the starting quarterback. He's not going to tell us, of course. That gives us an advantage against the team that uses themselves a little trick quarterback. So Taysom Hill versus Jalen Hurts would be very intriguing. But, he's not going to tip his hand. But I'm sure as soon as somebody sees who's getting the first team reps, somebody's going to let that leak. So we'll find out here sooner than later. But what I found interesting was the fact that he came out and said that it's all up to him, not the coaches, not the front office, nobody. Now, I just got done talking to my good buddy Gail over 4th of John, and look, this, comes off as very snarky, and he always does. People rub him the wrong way, but I kind of get it. Kind of get the stupid questions that are asked to him, all the stuff that just really to rile things up. I get why he gets annoyed. I really do. So when he said, caught me definitely off guard when he said that he would be the one. Nobody else is making this decision. Everyone's pissed off about it. Like he has no account. Look, what have we been talking about for week in, week out? We've been talking about the fact that maybe we got too many voices in his head. Maybe there's just so much going on, and we just need to get back to football. Maybe, Howie's stepping in saying this or that, or Jeffrey wants this player to play, or this player, this, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a damn? We just want to see some wins. We want to see some accountability. We want to see something other than this vanilla offense. And you know what? Maybe it's time for him to put his foot down and be like, look, this is the end of the year. Let me see what I can do these past 5 games, these next 5 games. And hey, whatever happens, happens. Put your foot down. Make your decision. Who's the best quarterback for this team? I'll leave that up to him. But, yeah. Down the field on soft defense, please stop. I literally said that at the beginning of the video. Literally said that that's what people are saying, that it was soft defense. Yes, I know. So literally, as we just said, we understand that, but he still got things rolling where Carson Wentz couldn't. So it was a spark we needed, and I'm all about it. Let's go, Birds. I want to see winning. And I get it at this point, we got to get the high draft pick. Hey, I'm fine with wherever we're drafting as long as we're drafting a good player. So get Howie Roseman some help, because no matter where we are, I'm petrified of who he's going to pick. Are we going for Justin Fields now? Is this quarterback factory going to really turn into a factory here? I don't know, man. So I'll leave it up to him. But it was nice to see that spark. I'm not giving up on Carson. I just wish they would try to, get him out of the pocket. Get Jalen Reagor the ball. There's so many things. Run the ball to establish all the things you want to do. We talk about these things week in, week out, and I honestly really don't know. So, and the question is, where do we go now? Where do we go now, sweet child of mine? I'm sorry. I know that's ridiculous. But honestly, where are we going here? Are we in the mode where we're letting all these young guys get, some reps under their belt? That's what I wanted to see yesterday. I want to see these young guys get their opportunities. Well, Jalen Hurts is one of those guys. You got to see what you got. Use the second-round pick on him. Dear Lord, I don't want to see a quarterback controversy because Carson Wentz is our quarterback the next couple of years, but I want to see this team win. So whatever that entails, I'm all about it. So are we giving up on the season? Because the way they talk, it's like, well, we're still in the hunt here. And it's like, dear God, why are we still in the hunt? Like, we just have to be in the hunt, don't we? And look, there we are in 3-8-1 in this crap division. The Washington football team is playing right now against Pittsburgh, so we'll get that updated, whether they're still tied with New York or they're just sitting in front of us. We'll see. But this is bad. This has been bad, and we've talked about it. So, these are the things we discuss every single day. Why are we sitting in third place? Because they keep doing the things that we talk about, and they don't adjust or change anything. They finally made a change. They put Jalen Hurts in, and look, I want to see Carson succeed because I know he's a good quarterback. I'm not somebody that wants to see either one of them fail. I want to see both of them do well, and whatever is the best for our team, I hope that quarterback. So it's not my choice. I wish it was, but here we are. Bring in Chip. Yeah. At this point, I feel like that's what's happening. The whole chipper doodle again. I'm not trying to get pissed off about this team because I was earlier in the season. At this point, we know we're not a good team and we need to work on a lot of stuff. So do we need to work on Carson still and really make sure before we, cut losses with this guy, then he's going to be on this team? You're just going to sit him on the bench making all that money? I don't know. But maybe Jalen Hurts, this gives you a chance to audition him. And if you're still confident in Carson, maybe you trade away Jalen Hurts. And I know that drives a lot of people crazy talking about that because if Carson isn't good, you're trading away a guy that could be. So it's Howie Roseman got us in this situation. I think if we would have got different receivers, I like Jalen, but you could have traded back, maybe still got him and then traded up. Got Chase Claypool, T. Higgins. There's so many players we talked about. And, we'd go to defensive side. Jeremy Chin, I think he's doing pretty well. So I think that would have been all right if we drafted him. But who am I? Who am I? It's hard because it's a failure from the top down. It's not just Doug. It's not just Carson. It's not the offensive line. It's not the running backs. Not the receivers. It's all of the above. All those things I just mentioned. And then Howie Roseman not being, I don't know how he doesn't know how. I regress. We've said this stuff every single day. So, play like Hurts, see what you got. Yeah, if your plan is to trade Jalen Hurts eventually, well, this is your perfect time to showcase him. Now, the crazy thing is, they believe in Carson. It's just, are you keeping Doug Peterson around? Are you keeping Howie? Are you keeping the people that brought him in? And I think the answer is yes. As much as we are all up in arms about that, I think they need to bring in help for those people because they're not going to cut ties with them. They're not. I feel it. Like they're just, which pisses me off. But, if they bring them some help, then I'll be all right with it. We had Frank Reich here and he really helped, Doug Peterson. A lot of people give him a lot more credit than I think, is due, but he definitely helped get us a Super Bowl. So having those pieces, maybe you need to have some more help. And we talk about all these voices in your head and all the stuff you got going on. Maybe you need to just sit back a little bit, take it all in, man. And at this point, this thing's been on fire for a long time, man. We just now need to worry about putting it out, rebuilding, getting this thing back instead of just sitting here and stoking the flames. Yeah, we're not good. We get it. And this is a quarterback controversy that we're in right now. Problem is, us arguing over it, people losing their minds over it isn't going to do anything at all. People want to be right. People want to be wrong. I just want this team to win. And that's literally what I tune in for. I really could care less if I get something wrong or right. I like being right when we're winning and stuff. Hell yeah. But I don't like seeing people try to implode this team. And it's already bad. Like, we're good on the whole, just crap thrown all over us. Like, we've already got that going on. We don't need any more. So it's like, that media loves trashing the Eagles and they love hitting us while we're down. Hey, that's what they do. They don't understand what it's like to be diehard fans. That's fine. They want to try to taste it somehow, but they never will. And look, we're all reeling and we all deal with these things differently. As a diehard, we don't like to lose, right? We all just, it sucks. But where is the light at the tunnel for you? I want to see this team at least play with some heart. If they lose, at least they play with some heart. Last night fighting back. That made the game exciting for me for the first time in a while. Like, I actually saw the team fighting and I had some hope. And it was a very small glimmer of hope, but Jalen Hurts was looking nice. So it's like, dude, if you're giving me hope, that's all I ask for. That's all I've ever asked for. And, I just want to see this team win. Now, where are you when it comes to, hey, draft picks? I want a better draft pick. I get it. Trust me, a better, higher draft pick, that means, possibly a better player. I feel too strongly about Howie and bringing someone in to help him that I don't really care. You could get a good player anywhere from 10 to 20. Right now, we're sitting at 6. So if you keep losing, you can get yourself a high pick. You can trade up, get even higher. So whatever happens, I'm just hoping we get whether it's a playmaker like Jamar Chase that we've talked about for months, whether it's an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, whether it's a linebacker, maybe an outside corner. I don't know. We'll see what's going on with Jalen Mills, Rodney Cloud. Maybe we need a safety. Who will be available at our pick? So those are questions we're going to be asking ourselves for a while. But actually, I have a graphic of that right here for you. But here we are. This is the draft order right now. If the season were to end, the Cowboys play tomorrow. So if they go to 3-9, they'll still be in front of us. But if they would win, they could drop back to 6th, and we would be going into 5th. So let's look at it. If we get a good draft pick, I'll be happy, honestly. You see, though, that the Chargers, Bengals, Jags, Jets, now they're all pretty bad teams. The Bengals don't have their quarterback anymore, so they'll probably keep losing. Jets probably keep losing. Jags have a decent team, but Mike Glennon's their starter now with Minshew. They've got decent talent at receiver. I don't think they could surprise you, James Robinson, but they're not a good team. They're not a good defense. Sidney Jones has been banged up, and that's been one of their bright spots, of course. The Chargers have a lot of young talent. Justin Herbert, he's phenomenal. Austin Eckler's back. But they struggled against the Patriots. So we don't know, man. We could definitely get ourselves a nice pick. But I'm not ever going to sit here and root for us to lose. I can't do that. But if we do, like we did yesterday, and I can at least say that we fought and we learned some things from some young guys, I'm okay with it. I'll be happy with it. And I don't like seeing this. I'll be real with you. I really don't like being, wow, that's bad, man. I really thought this season was going to be a little bit better, but we'll see. I know it's early. Go for a stud line. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Tim. I wouldn't be surprised. I talked about it last year in the second round. I wanted a first-rounder receiver. We got that, but that's a whole nother story in itself. I thought we could have traded back out the same guy. Whatever. Then the next round, we took a quarterback. We passed up on Lloyd Cushenberry, which I thought would have provided us a guy that could play guard this year if we needed, and eventually take over at center for Jason Kelce. But we waited till we got Jack Driscoll in the fourth. I like Jack Driscoll. He's starting at right tackle now. I think that he could be a starter of the future, maybe at right guard, right tackle. Who knows how much Lane's got left? Who knows Brandon Brooks? Can you imagine if they were like, Brandon Brooks is coming back in a week or two? Could you imagine if that dude was back? I love the guy. He's getting up there. Jason Kelce, maybe you move Sayamalu to center, something we've talked about a lot. I don't know. Mailata, thankfully, will compete with Dillard for left tackle. But there's a lot of question marks on that offensive line. And you see, if you can't protect your quarterback, good things aren't going to happen. So, yeah, I'd be all for it, Tim. There's definitely some names we've been talking about. I can't wait to do this pre-draft stuff. I try not to get ahead of myself. The season's not over, but we will be getting into it. And hey, there's a lot of talent out there, and we need a lot of talent in a lot of areas. Yeah, how about it? Poor Jets. Let's just bring that up one last time. You suck. And, they're about to probably get Trevor Lawrence, and that'll be good for their future. They got Perriman and Mims with Crowder. That's a nice trio of receivers. See what Michael Piron's got when he gets back healthy. Don't know if Frank Gore will play for his 37th year, but we'll see. So these guys have hope. The Bengals, they got Burrow. They have a lot of good receivers. T. Higgins, Boyd. I'll be real with you. We had talent. We had hope. But for me now, it's like this was a year where you needed to capitalize on things, and we were going to have to get younger next year. Well, we have to get even younger again next year. We're going to be cutting ties. So this is going to be insane. Like, we need a lot. So, to be honest with you, just going to try to find a lot of names that I like and pray out of the many that I pick that Howie just figures something out in life and goes with something that just completely mind boggles all of us. That'd be great. No punters, no kickers, please, for the love of God. But anyways, so there was a little bit of injury news. Wanted to throw your guys away. TJ Edwards, that was somebody that, I loved last year, been loving what he's been doing this year. He, unfortunately, will be limited in practice. So that's a linebacker down. The next one I'm about to get to, just having these guys getting hurt it's just unfortunate because you want to see these young guys get their chance to actually come out and play. But unfortunately, they keep getting hurt. So Davian Taylor, he'll miss significant amount of time. I've been hearing some rumblings. It could be, might not be seeing much of him. I really think that, he was looking nice on special teams. He needed more defensive snaps. He got to start last week. I just thought things were looking up for him. He was going to get some playing time. That was going to be someone I could definitely evaluate, taken as a third rounder, which I thought was pretty high for him. But I think Howie was pretty high while drafting. So I don't know what we're going to do at this point. But Davian Taylor now might not see him again this season. So that sucks. Our third round pick's gone now, so we don't even get him. But saw TJ Edward was limited. That's unfortunate. Now, there was mention of JP and Avonte Maddox, but Doug was kind of vague on that. He said, they're doing all right. They'll try to get back. Avonte, try to get back. We'll see. When I get actual report of what's going on, I'll let you know. But one player that we did get a good report on, thank God, Darius Slay. And I know people, he got beat up by DK Metcalf and Devontae Adams. I don't give a damn. A lot of wide receivers get the work by DK Metcalf and Devontae Adams. I'm going to be real with you. Devontae Adams is one of the at least top 3 wide receivers in this game. If not, he's one of the best for sure. The guy's effing phenomenal, and we all see that. DK Metcalf looks like he could be better than Megatron, which is insane to even say that. But he's got a quarterback thrown to him like Russell Wilson. Oh, my God. And they run the ball, so they can establish those plays like we don't. I hate it. We have to have a home run draft. Yeah, man, that's what I've been talking about. We got to get younger. We're going to be releasing so many players, and we got dead money that follows them. So it's not like you're going to be having this like free agent frenzy here. You're going to have to sign real cheap contracts for any vets you're going to want. You're going to have to figure things out. Now, your cap is only decided by the top 51 contracts. So that's why I say, those lower veteran contracts that don't affect you is what you're going to have to sign. And you're going to have to, let's see your magic, Howie. And I'm not sure they're going to bring someone in, to try to handle a mess like that. So intrigued to see what we do. But yeah, we have to have a good draft. It's inevitable at this point that they better get their head out of their ass. I mean, that's what's scary. Everybody's talking about failing. Well, we've been failures all across the board, even signing this guy, Jamon Brown. He apparently gets kicked out of the locker or the hotel room, for conduct detrimental to the team. Not 100% sure what that was. I don't know if he was having guests in or having a good time. I'm not sure what it was, but he was released from the practice squad. So we loved him. We all know what a great start he had this season, but yeah, he's heading on out the door. Fantastic. So other than that, that was all the news I had injury-wise and everything like that. We got rid of most of that out of the way. Sorry. But I'll be real with you. JP, I love you, Hall of Famer, but we need Nate Herbig in there at right guard. Let's get our 12th out of 13th different line for the week. Dear God, that's bad. So there's issues to go around. It's not just Carson. It's not just Doug. It's not just Howie. Not just Jeffrey. Everybody wants to point fingers at everybody. Let's look at it as a whole, guys. This has just been straight horrible. This whole year, there's a disconnect between the players, the coaches, the front office management, all the above, all of the above. How do I have my cheesesteak without onions, but with whiz? You got to have whiz. Now, when I moved here, they eat cheesesteaks all kinds of different ways. It's crazy. Like, people have like Philly cheesesteak shops and all this stuff, and I'll always go in and you can never actually get a Philly cheesesteak. So kind of pisses me off. Now, I know it's a sin to most people to not have onions on there, but when I was younger, I hated onions. I don't mind them now, but I'll be real with you. I'm not a huge fan, and I don't need to put anything on it at all. I don't put ketchup or anything weird like that. There is one that I like from around here sometimes because it's not a Philly cheesesteak. It's just steak with in the garden, they call it, with lettuce and mayonnaise. And that's weird. It is. And I was like, yeah, but it's good. It is. Truly is. But it's not a Philly cheesesteak. And people get misconstrued on what that means. Now, there's a place, Tim, I don't know if you've ever had it. I've never actually had it. John's Roast Pork. Everybody in the world is like, what are you thinking? Like, why have you never tried it? I'm like, I honestly, I make my own cheesesteaks half the time. I'm reminiscent of my father who used to make a real Philly cheesesteak. So I try to, for my family, they're always begging me to make actual cheesesteaks. So when I go there, I'm not like a tourist. I can't do, the Pats and Geno's and stuff like that. That's just not my thing. But I got to try this John's Roast Pork. Everybody swears by it. So I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but when I was younger, Jim's used to be my place. Now people are like, well, blah, 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 blah. Everybody's got their opinion. That's fine. I'd love to try it, though, for sure. Is Philly the fourth best team in the NFC East? What a great question. I can try to answer that for you with a nice little picture here first. But I think, honestly, when you ask that question, we're clearly one of the worst. We're sitting there. We're going to see what, the Cowboys do here. They pick themselves up a win tomorrow against the Ravens or whatever happens, we'll see. But this team's bad. But Washington and New York, I don't think, now New York, we talked about before the season started. We talked about them. They could be a problem depending on Daniel Jones. Now they lost Saquon Barkley. That's huge for them, but they have found a way to keep going. That defense, I think people really sleep on how good they are. So right now they are the top team. And they're showing that, and they're obviously at the top there, that graphic. But Washington right behind them, Alex Smith. What a great redemption story. And same goes for freaking Ron Rivera beating cancer. Like, how can you – and it sucks because it's like the effing Washington no-namers. Like, damn it. And I hate them. So I'm not going to be happy about that. But I'm happy for their personal journeys. But, dude, they're playing better than us right now. They got Scary Terry rolling. McKissick and Gibson, that's a nice little duo there. Hey, they're playing better than us. And then you look at Dallas. Their defense is complete garbage. We at least show up on defense sometimes. Sometimes is the emphasis on the word sometimes. We show up on defense sometimes. Now, Dallas doesn't, but Dallas has Zeke. Dallas has CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. Dalton Schultz. Tony Pollard's even a good running back. They've got weapons across the board. I'll be real with you. They're worse than us. So they should be at the bottom. I think and that's sad, man. They've got more talent than us and they don't know how to use it. So the coaching is worse, which honestly at this point doesn't feel like it could get any worse than Doug Peterson right now with that vanilla ass play calling. But it is what it is, man. And we're at the bottom. We really are at the bottom. And as hard as it is to admit that, because this division sucks. So if you're at the bottom of a trash division, what does that tell you about your team? And look, I don't like to beat up on my team, but when they're bad, they're going to hear how bad they are. I'm diehard. Yes, I'm going to bleed green always. And nobody's going to talk trash about my team if they're not an Eagles fan. We got to give it to them. But amongst ourselves, we know we're bad. But that's why we go into a game like yesterday and we say, look, we're just not that good. What we have to do is try to evaluate some of this young talent, really try to get ahead of ourselves here because we're going to need help next year from these young guys. That's why I was saying it really sucks. Davian Taylor's out. Thought he could be a key piece to the linebacking core. Get rid of Nate Gary. Things that need to happen. And, Sean Bradley, time for you to get some. It is what it is. Injuries keep happening. We let go of Will Parks. The guy's only 26. I thought he could be part of the future as a dime linebacker, safety type guy. But Graylin Arnold, Kayvon Wallace, now it's their turn to step it up. So give these younger guys more time. Because when you're a bottom barrel team, when you're talking about what we've been talking about, where our draft picks, literally, we're at pick number 6 right now. And depending on what happens with the Cowboys tomorrow, that could change. But hey, here we are, guys. This is week 13. This is what we look like, That's what we're going into. So, really, it's bad. It's bad. It's real bad. But I'm trying to get under the assumption that, okay, all right, they're going to bring in help. They're at least going to do that, right? They got to do that. Jeffrey's pissed. Everybody's pissed. Something's got to happen. I get good rolls and use a minute steak, my man. But yes, mental health guy, to answer your question, I really do think we are. I don't think we're the 4th. I think we're probably in 3rd right now. And that's holy hell. But if this offense could get going, if you could roll Carson Wentz out, if you could just let the playbook, let him do his thing like he did with Jalen Hurts, I think either way, Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz, we're the best team in this division. I really feel that if we were playing up to par at the coaching, but we're not. We are far from that, and everyone seems to be lost out at sea here. So right now we're not, to answer your question. But Tim, yes, it's all about the roll. That's one thing my father taught me as a child. Just get out of my face. If it doesn't even have the right roll, I don't even want to eat the steak. Now, it's not, I'll eat it. I love food, but it's not going to be a real Philly cheesesteak. Don't disrespect what that is. But hey, man, whatever way you got to make it with the minute steak, as long as it's got a damn good roll, I feel that all of them are important. But dude, I'm telling you how important a cheesesteak is. At the NFC Championship game, I invited like my mom, all my sister, her kids, like all these people came over. And I was like, we're going to make cheesesteaks for everybody. Now, first off, I should have really thought that through because it's like 20 plus people. And I'm like, okay. So I sat there just, who won? Oh, I don't like onions. It was like, oh my God. But yeah, I put that forth, that effort, because it was all for that Super Bowl. 2017 is what I'm talking about. And my God, I got the last cheesesteak done and ran it out as the kickoff, my superstitions. So it was something where I felt the cheesesteak's an integral part and you have to do it right. And now those people try to harass me. Thankfully this year, no people are coming around. I don't have to go poor buying so much damn food, but it was nice to, make all that for family. And I'm with you, man. I'll make my own damn cheesesteak. If top 5 pick, would you trade down? Because I need more picks. That's something I said the other week, Tim. I don't know if you were part of that episode, but we talked about it. Hey, maybe with this kind of a high draft pick, you could get more draft picks. And I know people don't like that because they want to get that top 5 pick. I understand that. But understand that we are in cap hell like we've been talking about. And this team needs to make a lot of changes. It needs to get younger. You do that in the draft. So all about it, Tim. Great question. I really would be down with trading down, getting an offensive lineman. Some of the things that aren't so pretty to others, I'm all for it. I'm all about getting this team corrected because we've got talent here. It just needs to be used correctly before we waste some of these guys. And that's going to piss me off. So figure it out, Doug, Howie, Jeffrey, all of the above. But yeah, that's what we got going on now. And this is the hell we're in, unfortunately. But I'm intrigued. And I'll definitely, be back to let you guys know tomorrow where we're at. We'll see if they give us any answers. But, for now, it's just, where do we go now? Sweet child. I just really don't know. This is bad. This is where we are. I really just was hoping Carson would play up to his potential and we wouldn't have to be here. But this is what we're stuck with, guys. This is it. Who's leading the troops? We got some young guys here. You see Jalen Reagor, Fulgham in there, and that threw Dallas Goedert in. Because what happens with Zach Ertz next year? That could be a huge chunk we get rid of. So we could see a very different team next year. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. We just got to make the right picks and hope that this team presses forward. I'm trying to without losing my mind. So that's pretty much all that happened today, though, guys. And I will be back tomorrow, or if there's anything crazy that happens tonight, I'll definitely hit you up with that. We'll see what happens here in the Washington game. Intrigued to see how they do against Pittsburgh, but I'm going to get rolling, go watch some of that. I'll talk to you guys later. If not, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Reach out if you need anything, whether that's football, anything else. I'm always here for you guys. You know that. I appreciate all you people that literally have been reaching out a lot lately. I know times are getting tough. Things are crazy, so don't go through all this craziness alone. Don't do it. I love you guys. Hope you're all having a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. As always,